Hey Dylan, just wanted to ask you about Will Anderson, the freshman outside linebacker, and what have you seen from him so far in practice?
Oh man, he's a really great player. Athletic, strong. He actually reminds me of myself. When he first came in. Just with being already physically ready. To be on the college level. So I expect great things from him this year.
Over to Ryan Hennessy.
And obviously everyone really excited that football is back, but you specifically, does it mean a little bit more coming up this Saturday, this game day?
Oh yeah, of course. It means a lot to me. I waited for this moment for a very long time, but at the same time, I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, and enjoy it every day, and get better at my teammates every day.
Go ahead, James Ogletree.
Hey Dylan, Coach just talked about all the different things that Missouri might try to do offensively. Looking back at things their coaching staff has done at previous stops. Was just curious about your assessments of just what you think you might be facing from them on Saturday in terms of their running game, potentially a mobile quarterback, all of that.
Honestly, being that it's the first game of the season, I'm expecting them to throw a lot of different things at us. Probably things that we're probably not used to, and probably things we haven't even seen on film. So you have to be prepared at all times. And at this point, I'm just ready to play again.
Tony Sikolas, go ahead.
Hey Dylan, I was going to ask you about your chemistry with Christian Harrison. How is that going, and how is your partnership on the field?
Our chemistry goes back a long time. I've been knowing Christian since I was probably about 6 or 7. We ran track together, AAU track a long time ago, and ever since then, that relationship is built and it's carried over onto the field. We play off of each other.
Brett Hudson, over to you.
Yeah, Dylan, I'm curious, what does it take to run the communication in a defense as complicated as this one? What qualities do you have to do that well and do it effectively?
First and foremost, you just have to be confident in yourself. I've been in this defense, for this is going on my 3rd year. Like being here, for a long time, and sitting back and watching other guys do the job, and taking notes, and from that, it's actually helped me become the leader that I am, and it's helped me becoming, the signal caller that I am. So it's not as hard as you think it is, once you're actually comfortable with it.
Jeff Spiegel, go ahead.
Hey Dylan, kind of a two-part question, but I know you're an emotional player. You're very emotional when you're out there on the field. What will your emotions be like when you're in the tunnel before you get back on the field Saturday? And also, I wonder if you tell me how much more you appreciate the game now than you did before.
As far as my emotions going into this week in this game, I'm really calm. You would think that I'd be very antsy, but I'm not. I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm very happy, and I'm just appreciating every moment that I have with my teammates and my coaches. As far as just being able to play again and all that, like I said, I'm excited, and I appreciate being able to play the game of football again. Not being able to play is really brought back my love for the game. And every time I go out on that field, it's gratitude. I'm happy. You gotta appreciate the little things in life.
Haley Sutton, over to you.
Hey, Dylan. One of the things that Coach Saban really talked about was having players have the ability to create value for themselves while they're at Alabama. During this preseason time, have you seen yourself create that value, and what are your expectations for building that value this season?
Oh, of course, every single day. Since I decided I wanted to come back, it started from jump. I did everything I could, up to this point to, develop myself, mentally, physically, in all aspects of my life. And as far as, just wait, say that question again? I kind of lost myself.
That's okay. I just asked kind of what your expectations for yourself were this season to kind of continue to build that value.
Oh, yeah. Well, as far as continuing to build that value, like I said, it's just taking it one day at a time. And I go into practice with the intent, of just bettering myself. I don't try and do more or less. I just go in and, grind every single day. And I try and, rub that off of my teammates. And I feel like at this point, we've developed that as a whole, and, we're ready to play.
Over to Mike Rodak.
Dylan, Nick Saban over the weekend mentioned his own hip surgery and kind of compared it to your injury in the sense that there's a mental hurdle to overcome in getting back. Just how much has he talked about that with you? And then from a broader standpoint, how much do the two of you talk on a week-to-week basis, just one-on-one, given your role in the defense and his defensive background?
We talk a lot, but at this given moment, I feel like that Coach Saban is really comfortable with me. Ever since, I've been back, he noticed that, everything's been going smoothly as far as me running the defense, and I feel like he's comfortable with that. As far as, just me talking about, my injury and all that and the mental block, that was one thing I did have to overcome. And, one day, he met with me about it because he noticed my play wasn't the same because I spoke with some people and told them, it just wasn't, I just didn't feel the same as far as, the mental aspect, and I kind of felt like I was holding myself back. So whenever I spoke with Coach Saban one day, he brought it to my attention, from that day forward, I challenged myself, to not think about it. And once, I started doing that, I started playing back 100% again.
We'll finish up with Brett Hudson unless there are any other questions.
To go back to the communication role and leading that in this defense, what's more important, having a solid grasp of the scheme or having a solid grasp of the game plan and what exactly you're trying to do based on the opponent? Which one of those is more important to running the communication?
What's more important for me is just having a solid grasp of the team. Like I said, you could have a lot of great players, a lot of great athletes, but if you don't have a bond or, just a relationship with the guys you're on the field with, then you'll never be able to have a fully great team or fully and do what you really want to do as far as winning championships. So I feel like in the offseason I really took the time to, develop relationships, make the guys comfortable with each other, and I feel like now, we're ready to play.
We'll go back over to Jeff Spiegel.
Dylan, how do you like the challenge of this 10-game conference game only schedule?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's definitely a challenge. It's something that's never been done before. And with my mindset, I feel like, we take this season one game at a time and do what we need to do. Win one game in the season, 1-0 every week. We have the possibility to be the greatest team ever. And that's what I want. That's my end goal. Like anybody would think that I'm focused on the individual awards and all that, but ultimately it's not even that. I really want a team success, and ultimately that's what it is. I want to win a championship.
We'll finish up with the last question with AP Stedham.
Hey, Dylan. Dylan, you had a difficult year last year watching the games from the sideline. Mm-hmm. What would you like to see different from your defense this season?
As far as our defense, I just want to see toughness, grit. I want to strike fear in my opponents. I want it to be, just like how it used to be. As far as our culture go, that's what Alabama's identity is. And I want to bring that back.